A very interesting matchup. Two-time champion Danny Romero taking on maybe an up-and-comer. We'll know more tonight about this one, Adarryl Johnson. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Adarryl Johnson says he does not like Danny Romero. He says he can't lose because he's getting a chance to go out there and kick his you-know-what. That's a direct quote. 25-year-old Danny Romero, sort of on a comeback trail for him. Johnson has the height advantage. You see the weight difference, and the reach is exactly the same. Al.
Let's take a look at the rules. Now, all the fights will be governed under the unified boxing rules, and the key highlights here, no 3 knockdown rule. Standing 8 count is not in effect, and as you look down, you see if there's an accidental headbutt and there's a clash of heads and a cut that would cause this fight to be stopped. After 4 rounds, they would go to the scorecards. Okay, thank you, Al. Right now, let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino of Las Vegas, Nevada, where tonight, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with your undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, proud to be your bud, present an evening of professional boxing for your entertainment, sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Let's get things started, ladies and gentlemen, with a 10-round bout. In the super bantamweight division, the 3 judges scoring this contest will be Al Lefkowitz, Dalby Shirley, and Keith McDonald. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Mitch Halpern. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing black trim with gold and weighed in at 123 pounds. His professional record, 11 victories, including 6 knockouts with 3 losses and 2 draws. From Findlay, Ohio, here is Adarryl Chocolate Quick Johnson. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white and weighing in at 121½ pounds. His professional record, an outstanding 37 victories, 32 by knockout, 3 losses with 1 draw. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, the former 2-time bantamweight champion of the world, Kid Dinamita Danny Romero.
Fellas, this will be a clean fight. Back up. Check yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any questions? Touch gloves.
Mitch Halpern giving the final instructions. And Arl, you know Danny pretty well. What do you think he's going to come out and do early in this fight?
Well, the way Mr. Johnson was talking bad about him, you know, he's ready to fight. As you see him right now, he's out there waiting for the bell to go out there. He didn't even bother to touch gloves.
No, he didn't. Little bad love already. You can see the looks on their faces.
Both of them.
Here they come.
You know, Danny Romero had the opportunity this evening to fight Nestor Garza for his super bantamweight championship, decided against that, and so now here he is against Johnson. And the question, I guess, is, will Danny Romero be able to mentally get himself into this fight as opposed to having a championship fight, which was at his disposal? So we'll see. Some people wonder about Danny's confidence at this point, so I think he would certainly want a good performance to show us that there's no lack of confidence.
There's a good right hand that backs Johnson up already, and Johnson counters on the inside. But they're trading right away here in the early going of the first round.
Yeah, there's no feeling of one another when both want to come out here and prove to the public or prove to each other that they're the better fighter.
Well, Johnson certainly gave Romero enough motivation.
Yeah,
nothing nice at all to say about it.
And we just saw Danny Romero work a good left to the body.
Romero has always been a quick starter, and that left hook downstairs, and he'll double up with it, really is his calling card. Comes in off a win over Rodolfo Blanco, knocked him out in 1 round in Albuquerque.
There's a good right counter, yes.
That was showing some pretty good speed, good lateral movements, trying to get away from Danny Romero.
He calls himself Chocolate Quick. He's not shy about anything. Came in here hoping to make a name for himself.
Well, we got a break in the action right here because of the microphone.
I was waiting for some signal with its microphone problems.
You know what? I think. Did you think you'd ever see a time in boxing when it would be stopped because of the referee's mic?
And Romero comes charging right back to the center of the ring, taking the action to Johnson. He's got him back on the ropes again.
Good right hand, right?
Yes. Working the body. Good body work.
I do believe that's what Danny Romero is going to have to do in order to take the lateral movement and the footwork away from that. That good body shot just hurt him. That body to the liver hurt Adarryl.
He took some shots in that exchange. Certainly good right hand to the side of the head of Johnson, and Romero still working the body, just like Al said. That's what he does. He starts quick. Johnson fighting off the ropes right now.
There were many people whispering about Danny Romero that his confidence level wasn't high. Well, he's showing us in this first round that that's not the case. He's coming after Johnson in a big way and landing some pretty good shots. There, though, however, he is hurt.
Yes, he is hurt. Johnson trying to get in and finish off the work right there on the inside, showing flashes of great speed, and then he just caught a right to the chin from Romero. So these two are not messing around with about 20 seconds to go in round one.
And we're looking at the inexperience that Adarryl had right there, because, you know, a fighter with the caliber of Danny Romero, you just can't go out there and waste your punches. Yeah, he used his speed, but there was no connection really. Both of them were being blocked by Danny Romero.
Round one winding down. It's been all we hoped for. Two big misses by Romero, but a lot of punches thrown in that first round. I don't think Danny wants to be here a long time.
His dad in there, Danny Romero Sr.
When you get on the ropes, you gotta go bam, 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 and then back with your hand. Calmadito, Danny. Calmado. Don't. He's real tricky. Okay? How do you feel? Good.
Stay in the ropes. You don't need to be staying in the ropes. Okay?
See, you got to punch him to beat him. See, you got to be the first one out, man.
He let you take you let him take your body. Why? Fuck him. You understand?
See.
Fuck him. Okay, let's go now. Come on, breathe deep. Breathe deep. Tell them up, please, sir. Let's go. Second away. Watch out, from the back.
I would say some very to-the-point instruction in the Johnson corner, asking why they were allowing Romero to get to his body.
Sometimes the language is a little salty in the boxing corners.
Is that right?
On occasion. I know Gennaro never heard that in his corner, but I'm just guessing.
There it is.
All right. Miguel Diaz, of course, who was trainer of the year in in a couple of different polls last year, so he's an excellent trainer working with Adarryl Johnson. You know, Danny Romero outpunched Johnson 27-9 in the last round, and 26 of the 27 connects Romero had were all power shots, so he landed only one jab in the last round, but lots of power shots. There's numbers courtesy, of course, of CompuBox.
Danny Romero is not a fighter that normally uses a jab, I believe. I believe that he tries to work his way to the body first, and then he tries to overhand those rights.
He kind of uses the jab as just a rangefinder.
Right. As we see right now, Adarryl moving side to side. That's one thing that's good about Adarryl. He's not giving Danny Romero the opportunity to plant his feet to get those power shots out.
Using a little bit of his quickness to, I guess, stay away from some of the punishment he took in round one. His corner was telling him, don't let him get to your body, and now you hear a little a smackling of boos from the audience, because this is certainly not what we saw in round one.
Johnson took this fight on 5 days' notice, so, of course, whenever that happens, you always ask yourself, how was the guy training diligently enough to be really ready for a fight of this nature?
And now we saw Danny Romero come up with a jab and left to the body with a left hook to the head, which was partially blocked by Adarryl. Danny Romero is doing pretty good for a guy you know, who's fighting an awkward fighter as Adarryl is. Adarryl has good movement, good body movement, and he moves quite a bit. So, you know, most of the time it makes the opponent kind of more difficult to try to figure him out.
Well, he's a southpaw.
He moved into the southpaw stance for a while there, and then moved back.
He just got connected with a good right hand while the clinch was getting broken up.
Now he's back the other way.
Very good right hook.
Oh, there's a good solid punch on the inside for Johnson, but Romero doesn't seem to be too fazed by that.
See Danny Romero trying to cut the ring off. Normally that's been something he's done well. Didn't do it well in his loss to Johnny Tapia in that mega fight he had, but in most fights he's been able to do that effectively.
Well, he's been speaking about getting his confidence back, as you mentioned earlier, Al, and this is the type of fight, rather than take on Garza, his people told him that he should go in there and take a lesser opponent and see if he can get himself back in the right frame of mind.
Right there we see Adarryl using a little side stitch, acting like he's going to run away, and all of a sudden he comes back with a good uppercut. People don't like it, but, you know, it's his style, and, you know, we're just going to have to live with it right now until the fight's over.
A little Pernell Whitakerish, I guess is the word I would use right there. Is that okay, Al?
Yeah, kind of an off Whitaker movement.
Okay. Well, let's see what they're saying in the corners after round 2.
Without doing nothing. Why you doing so much movement? You're getting tired for nothing. Punch the motherfucker. Otherwise, you get out of there. Okay? Don't be moving don't throw punches. Okay?
You do all that wild shit, jump in and punch, man, if you're gonna do that. Otherwise, stand fucking with this guy and box, man. Either
Come on, man.
don't.
Let's go, man.
You gotta stay in the fucking ropes, too. When you do all
that, no business to be in the ropes.
Shots on him, man.
Come on.
And we take a look at Danny Romero landing a right hand on the inside. Good short right hand. The one criticism so far of Romero's performance, and that was an indication of him doing it the right way, he's thrown a lot of very wide punches. That was a short punch and a straight one.
And we heard Johnson's corner not too pleased with some of his antics in that second round. But Adarryl likes to fight like that.
Well, and there he comes out now, and he is punching, and you do have to punch. If you're going to do the wild stuff, as they said, you have to make the guy pay while you're doing it.
But, you know, when you find a guy with the strength and the power that Danny Romero has, Adarryl is doing the right thing. He's moving, but he has to counter punch whenever Danny throws a punch. And that's something that's the reason why the corner is getting mad.
A straight right got in on Adarryl Johnson right there from Romero. He's been working the body and sort of set that up. Adarryl comes back with a punch of his own.
Comes back with overhand right that landed pretty good on that left side.
If there's one thing that Romero will look at this and not be pleased with, his hand speed is not what it has been in some other fights, and that's part of the reason why he's getting hit with some of these counterpunches, even though he's still dominating the fight.
Yeah, he has Adarryl against the ropes right now, and he's working pretty good to the body. Adarryl comes back with a good couple of uppercuts that might have connected a little bit on the cheekbones of Danny.
Danny tried another uppercut there, and he just took a combination to the cheek. Adarryl trying to show some hand speed, but I don't know if he's doing that much damage.
I don't believe it was going in with any strength. They were just little hand speed punches to try to give Danny Romero off his little game plan while he's inside. That's a little low blow, I believe, that the referee didn't see.
So in the last round, we had a lot of dancing, and now in this round, he's up against the rope taking body shots.
When Romero goes to the body, he's throwing punches with a lot better leverage than in some cases he is to the head. And that's where we're seeing the old Danny Romero, where some of the head shots are a little wider. And I think that he's looping those punches a little bit.
And for Danny Romero, who received a lot of criticism by Adarryl Johnson yesterday, saying that he was just a name fighter. Danny Romero's doing a good job trying to shut Adarryl, huh?
Yes, he is. He certainly is. He tracks him. He's been the aggressor, pushed him across the ring, cutting off the ring, put him on the ropes. And you got to think sooner or later some of these body shots are going to take the toll.
I believe they're taking the effect on him now. You know, our body cannot take that much punishment. He comes back with a little flurry of hand speed, but most of the punches are being blocked by Danny Romero. Danny Romero come back with a good left hook to the body.
Little flash inside once again, and when you watch Romero work, you know that he seems to have a purpose out there tonight. He knows what he wants to do with this opponent.
Well, he's working well on the inside, and because when Romero gets on the inside, he rips those hooks to the body, the uppercuts, the little short right hand. That's his game.
He tried to land the big one there. He missed from me to you. But very good work so far by Danny Romero.
Romero's put together 3 wins in a row after a disappointing draw to Enrique Jupiter, and in a fight that many people thought he lost. So it's still a work in progress in terms of getting him back to where he was when he was a champion.
Another effective round for Danny Romero. We'll go to his corner now.
Don't hesitate so much in the ropes. Okay. You're hesitating with your punches. Okay. Throw them too hard. Yeah. Throw them fast, huh? Okay. Throw them snappy. Okay. Okay? Okay. How you feel?
Here is Danny Romero on the inside, working hard on the inside. He gets hit with the uppercut, though, by Adarryl Johnson.
Here we see Danny Romero was lifting off a jab. See? And with the right uppercut, he's trying to break open that defense that Adarryl has. He didn't quite connect that, and Adarryl comes back with right uppercuts of his own.
He's got much cushion. Okay? Got to throw it around. Turn him and hit him with those knuckles. Yeah, nice. Keep him nice and straight. Huh?
Go, take it out.
Well, I think Johnson's corner slowed him down on the dancing he was doing in round 2. Round 3 was a different round, and they meet in the center of the ring. We'll see what happens here. Romero, if he continues his work.
Looked like Adarryl got hurt with a right hand or something.
Good short right hand by Romero. And, you know, you heard the last thing his father said to him was, keep those punches short. And that's what they want, straight punches from Romero, and short ones, not wide looping ones.
There was some good body shots by Romero with little tappy uppercuts that trying to come back with a real good left to the body that kind of hurt Adarryl. There's another good left to the body. What I don't understand is in the corner of Adarryl, when he went to sit down, why would they slap their own fight in the face? I mean, he's getting hit by Danny. There's no need for another hit.
You'd hit back, wouldn't you, Genaro?
Yeah. I think I would.
Right about good right. Good right.
Danny
Romero just teeing off with 3 straight rights. And Johnson trying to fight out of it just a bit.
Johnson throws a lot of those combinations, but obviously they're not very effective. And they're mostly arm punches.
And they're not power punches either. You know, when you fight a guy by the name of Danny Romero who has power, at least try to hit him hard in the arms to try to take some of that strength away from him.
Exactly.
Adarryl trying to use a jab, flicking it out twice, missing, but keeping Danny at a distance. Good overhand right by Adarryl.
Danny continues to stalk. You got to think, well, Mitch Halpern just called time. Talk to both fighters.
I believe he's trying to tell him, you know what, a break whenever he says break.
Yep.
Johnson was a very good amateur, over 160 wins as an amateur. However, his pro career has been slow to develop. He's 11-3-2 with just 6 KOs, and comes in here off a loss to Ubaldo Hernandez. So it's been an up and down pro career.
Oh, good body shot.
Oh, yeah.
A good
he's feeling it now as Gerald Johnson's holding on.
Now, those 2 liver shots really took a lot out of Adarryl right there. Adarryl trying to come back with a little bit of hand speed.
Now, Romero's going to his head.
He's still staggering on the
going to the body.
Yeah. There's another good left to the body that was partially blocked.
One more good body punch and Romero can end this fight. He needs to go downstairs again.
Well, you can tell Johnson's hurting right now. He's mouth's open. He's trying to get some air. We felt him down here. That was
good body shot.
Excellent body shot.
By Danny Romero.
Danny Romero just taking what he's been given.
And he's not wasting no opportunity of it either. Adarryl trying to fight him off. Adarryl has to get away from there. He can't stay there and take punishment, even though he's landing a good flurry of punches there. Good right uppercut by Danny Romero.
Another body shot, just teeing off on the body and the ribs. And
good right uppercut by Danny Romero, getting in there.
Oh, he's draped over the ropes. Johnson just about crawled to his own corner after that round. You can see he's feeling a lot of pain. Just look at his face.
Doctor will come in and take a good long look at him. You see Danny Romero working effectively, and this is after Johnson already, I think, got hurt once to the body. And there's another one that really started to do him in.
Danny Romero having Adarryl against the ropes. There's a right hook that landed to the head, to the temple. There's another good left to the body that kind of hurt him, and there we see a clinch by. There's another angle right here where their right hand lands clearly on the temple of Adarryl. Danny Romero stitches out that left jab, try to keep him in base, and a good body shot.
Well, if Danny Romero was looking for the right kind of opponent, I think he's found it tonight based on his work so far. Very much in control of this fight.
Yeah, he has handled things very well against Adarryl Johnson. But of course, we're looking at this.
Overhand right.
excellent punch by Romero. We're looking at Romero in terms of also what we think of him as a championship threat. And while this has been a very good performance, clearly there are still some chinks in the armor. But he's landed 96 punches to 43 for Johnson. And 94 of Romero's 96 punches have been power shots. So 2 jabs landed in this fight. Interesting.
Yeah, Daniel Romero is a stronger fighter of the two. He just continues going forward. He's trying to get Adarryl against the ropes. That way he goes, oh, good overhand right. No, like a, no, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Daryl's corner stepped in, and I think that was the wise thing to do. He was clearly not up to the task tonight. Danny Romero goes over to say good fight, a good game fight. But you see an accomplished fighter like Danny Romero going out and taking business, being very methodical about the business of winning this fight. An impressive performance for him.
Yeah, he gets the win against Adarryl Johnson and did everything he needed to do and showed us the kind of fighting that Danny Romero has done effectively in the past. The only thing that was different, and I think even he would admit it, was the hand speed wasn't quite where he would like it. The punches were just a smidge wide, and I think he'd like to have defended a little better. But having said all that, that's, you know, on one level. On another level, he got the win and he got the job done.
Well, let's see how he reacts to this. He told us in late '98 on a controversial loss to Vijani Bungu, he didn't feel it anymore. He didn't have the heart for it. But tonight, maybe this is an ego boost. He certainly seems to be enjoying himself in the ring.
Well, he got the win, that's for sure. This is what set up the win. The overhand right, he had been hurting Johnson to both the body and the head. And the overhand right was really about the only punch that hadn't done serious damage. And Mitch Halpern very, very attentive to make sure he's close enough to stop this fight if necessary. And in fact, it was necessary just a moment or two after that. And you see a variety of punches from Romero, and that's the good news for him tonight. He threw a diverse group of punches.
Romero had putting Adarryl against the ropes, working to the body, working to the head, as you saw in the corner over there. The trainer of Adarryl getting up in the ring to try to stop the fight. There's that overhand right that staggered Adarryl. He's against the ropes. Danny Romero working that good left to the body, trying to come up with that right uppercut and also with that overhand right with right hooks, and that's what caused the fight to be stopped.
Right now, let's send it up to ring announcer Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mitch Halpern steps in and calls a halt to this contest. The official time, 50 seconds of round number 5. The winner by TKO victory, the former world champion climbing up again, Kid Dynamite, Danny Romero.
Danny Romero, winner by TKO. Round 5, was controlling this fight throughout. A pretty good workout for him, I would say, Bernardo.
I do believe he needed something like this. You know, he fought a fighter who was trying to give him a knockdown type of fight. Danny Romero kept his cool, his composure, worked the body, worked the head, did a real good job tonight, and that's what earned him a good victory.
And Al Bernstein, what you're emphasizing is that he does have some work to do. You saw a little drop-off in the hand speed. And
yeah, there's some things that he still needs to work on to get his confidence back, but of course, this is the kind of fight where you want to get that win to do it. He landed 108 punches to only 49 for Johnson. Landed 43% of his punches, so that's pretty good. Once you're in the 40 percentile rate, you're very good. But I think he would like to land a few more jabs, and again, I think he would like his defense to pick up just a smidge.
Our future bout.
Hi, I'm Danny Romero. Want to see the hardest pound-for-pound puncher in New Mexico? Well, here's your ticket. November 25th at Bulldog Pit in Artesia. I'm putting my title on the line for you.
With a great undercard, this promises to be the most action-packed night Southern New Mexico has ever seen. Call 1-800-905-3315 or log on to tickets.com for the best seat in the house. Duel in the Desert, November 25th at Bulldog Pit in Artesia.
Be there!
we have in the red corner at 106 pounds from San Antonio, Texas, Juan Davedo. And in the blue corner we have from Albuquerque, New Mexico, we have Daniel Romero. Judges are Fitzpatrick, Green, Bregman, Cohen, and Avon.
Let's go, Dad.
In ring 2, we have the winner in the red corner from Washington, D.C., Antonio Robinson. Right knee, Danny. In ring 2, the second round at 95 pounds from Santa Rosa, California, we have Mitchell Rogers. And in the blue corner, we have Brett Corbett from Granville, New York, Region 1. And the referee in